Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Paula and in today's video, we're gonna dig into 4 designer brands no one talks about. I have already made a part 1 and part 2 of designer brands no one actually talks about. I made them during last year and it has been great to know that I'm not the only one who enjoys discovering brands that are not like overly hyped on social media. In fact, because I truly love handbags, it's not only like the most famous and most talked about luxury brands, I can appreciate craftsmanship and beautiful designs with all kinds of brands. And it truly interests me and inspires me when I find brands that are new to me, but that I also feel that are maybe not getting the attention yet. And I'm not saying that my channel would be so big that they would be getting a lot of attention because of me, but if someone at least starts to talk about also different brands, then maybe eventually we're gonna see a lot more than the usual suspects that we currently see on social media, which I'm also partly to blame. Not saying that, but maybe kind of thinking about more positive things. So I have 4 brands. Some of them are Europe based, which also I think the previous videos have been mainly focusing on brands that are operating from Europe, but this time I do also have a few that don't, which is great, a bit of variation to it. And I will grab my laptop real quickly so that I'm able to remember everything necessary, and then let's just jump right into it. First brand is called Leo et Violette. And yes, this is a France-based brand. It was founded in Paris by Leo et Violette, or Leo and Violette, more to say. And they basically wanted to create elegant, timeless, and functional pieces. They have factories in Italy and Spain where the bags are majority handcrafted. And what is the most great about this brand is that they are truly focused on transparency, which means that they have actually like calculated or made it visible for us consumers to see how much money different segments cost to build these bags. So it is really transparent for us when we see how much the bag would cost for us and how much it cost for them to make. So we will truly see, and I really appreciate that type of transparency, because I guess we all can imagine that there are brands out there who have a lot of air between the price that they pay to actually manufacture the bag and the price that they're asking from consumers. Which is fine, companies need to make profit, but I 100% value this type of transparency. They have so many beautiful bags on their website, but I did pick 2 that we can look a bit like more deep into. This is probably my favorite bag from their website. It's called Le Mini Dalia, and it's just a very like simple, elegant design. It has a turn lock and just beautiful crossbody bag that works so well with day casual style, but also with a more dressed up style. I think the strap is removable, so you can wear it like as a clutch, or then maybe switch out the strap to something else in case you would want to. So yeah, and they have many beautiful colors, and yes, it's more like a neutral color palette, which I find very appealing, but I do understand that there are many who see that it's very boring. We are all very different, and luckily there is many brands to suit all of our styles. But I think this is just gorgeous. The price is 350 euros, which I think is not really that bad considering the current price levels of everything. This is called Le Nova bag, and they are asking 420 euros for this. There is 3 sizes, and this is the middle one. And the reason why I picked this one is because of the style. I think ever since Celine brought out the classic bag, there has been a hunt for a more, how should I say it, less expensive version of it. But because Celine's aesthetic is not like super logo and branded and whatnot, it has been maybe easy to make inspired pieces based off of that bag. And this reminds me of that. And I think this is a great alternative for the APC Grace bag, which I also tested out. Didn't work for me though. And now I think that Atelier Auguste is a brand that is like coming up more and more, and they also have a similar style of bag. And I think this is a great alternative. They do have a very thick crossbody strap on this bag, so that might not work for everyone, but yet again, this is also removable, so you can switch it out to something else. But this I think is really, really beautiful as well, although probably my preference would be the first one. Let's move to Aesther Ekme. Might be that I am mispronouncing this brand. So this is a very like international story, but the founder was born in Brazil, if I remember correctly, to Korean parents. She then moved to study to New York, and from there she moved to Copenhagen, Denmark, here in the Nordics into Europe. And she really fell in love with the like aesthetic that we have here in the Nordics or in the Scandinavia. And this brand is really relying on kind of the Scandinavian style of really beautiful shapes and bags in a practical bags without any branding or logoing or anything like that. And I might be a bit biased because I live here and I think this type of aesthetic is very hip and cool right now. I personally also very much enjoy it because it kind of gives more space to the quality and the craftsmanship of the bag and not so much of the brand itself. But I'm not entirely certain if this aesthetic is so popular outside of Europe, so to say. Maybe you can tell me if you come across this type of very, very plain, good quality pieces without just any logos. I think Totem is something that is kind of into that direction in majority of their pieces. That at least I see from very many fashion influencers that they wear their pieces. But I think this is really beautiful. This one bag, which really reminds me of the Loewe puzzle bag. You tell me if you agree. So it is called the Mini Loon bag, and it has two straps, a top handle and then a crossbody strap. And the structure is also kind of slouchy from the middle. The opening on this is actually on the top with magnets. So comparing to puzzle, which has a zipper underneath the flap, this has just a magnetic on top. But I feel like the structure and composition of this bag just reminds me so much of the Loewe puzzle bag, but clearly this is not a dupe or like a copy of it. But I feel like there is like something that is similar to the puzzle bag. Let me know what you think. If you watched my unrealistic luxury dreams video that I put out a few videos back, I did mention that Loewe puzzle bag is definitely on my radar in that sense. And I feel like maybe could this scratch that itch? I'm not certain. I don't really know what I feel like trying to substitute what you really want with something not completely different, but something different, less expensive, because I feel like then I would still end up wanting the real deal. But this is truly, I think, really beautiful and also in its own way quite unique. For a contemporary piece, this is quite maybe expensive, so it is 610 euros. Is it expensive or not? Maybe, maybe not. But all in all, I think this is just really beautiful. And as mentioned, Loewe vibes. Now, moving on to Aupen. Is that how this is pronounced? A very funny way of writing it. And this is actually based from Brooklyn, US, and also Singapore. And this brand is very much focused on conscious luxury pieces, but it's not only focused on the materials they use. They are heavily making sure that they guarantee fair wages and good working conditions of their production teams, and just like committing to working responsibly. Really, really great. They also have many beautiful designs on their website, but there is this one piece that truly caught my eye, and it is the Miracle Ice Bag. And you tell me, can you also see Prada vibes in this? I see the Prada re-edition crystal bag, but also the Prada Clio bag a bit with this like shape, but with the crystals definitely. And I'm kind of obsessed. I've secretly been loving the Prada crystal bags, but in all honesty, I don't think I would get the use out of them for the price that they would cost. Because I'm such a boring dresser that even if I would have very limited occasions where I would want to go out with a crystal bag, I don't think putting up with that much money I would get the use out of them, even though I would want to. But when I saw this bag, it kind of struck me as, this looks beautiful, and the price is better. It's 262 euros and 95 cents in euros. I don't know if that's still a hefty price for a bag I would use maybe once or twice a year. Don't know. And will the crystal craze go over with me as well, and then I would be stuck with a crystal bag? I don't know if I can say that, but it's very beautiful. And I can't lie, I am very tempted to see if this would make it easier for me to not dream about those crystal bags, because I know that I won't go to Prada. It's just, if someone wants to gift them to me, yes. But yeah, that would be too much. Too much money for my style to put on crystal bags. But what do you think? Can you see what I see? Or can you see something completely different? But I would be super curious to know how you find this bag. Moving on to Bembien. I have a feeling that this brand was like founded in the US, but it's not super clearly written on their website. But they make these beautiful woven bags as well as shoes. And what makes this kind of unique and special, in my opinion, is that the founder wanted to find the true expertise and craftsmanship. And they found that from Bali, from a village which has artisans focusing on weaving. So all of their bags are made by hand by these artisans in this village in Bali, which I think is great, kind of supporting this kind of local work. And it doesn't really end there. This is a quote from their website. At the forefront of our work is supporting of these precious weaving communities. It is our goal to help bring their craft into a wider market on the other side of the globe. 10% of the Bembien proceeds go back into their local community in partnership with the non-profit Nest. So they are actually taking actions in supporting these communities, which I think is great. And then kind of looking at these bags, I kind of hope they would be summer and I would be in some kind of resort, because they have some beautiful pieces, but also the shoes. Mind you, the shoes are really great looking. And it was quite hard to decide like which bag to lift in this video, but I have a few that we can talk about. The Tote Grand VI looks like this. There was also one that was like vertical. Is it vertical and horizontal? Hopefully. Or horizontal and vertical. Wow, okay. This is more like north-south shape, which is great, but also like look at the weaving, look at the handles on the bag. It looks really pretty. I feel like this is a summer bag, but it could maybe be used also during the spring and early autumn, so not so much like only summer. I think it is beautiful. But look at this Bonita bag. This I feel like is truly like walking in some beautiful small town or village in southern parts of Europe, with a lovely linen dress and maybe this bag, and just enjoying the sun and breeze and just full on summer mode. I think this is beautiful, but I feel like the bag style that caught my eye the most is this Margo bag. This is in the medium size. Like, oh, I can see, because we are going to Greece this year, that this would be amazing there, but I don't feel like I need one. But I think this is beautiful, especially this like dark brown leather with this natural tone on the bag is just stunning. I feel like I wish it wasn't winter right now and it would be summer, because I'm getting all the summer vibes by looking at these bags. But I own the Loewe basket bag and it is great, but in sometimes it would just be nice to have something very plain and elegantly good looking, but not necessarily like super branded. And I think this brand just makes beautiful bags. I don't know, what do you think? Do you agree or not? But somehow the thought that they are actually produced in Bali in some village where the locals actually are artisans in weaving, it just makes it quite special, in my opinion. I think some of these brands can be bought from different platforms, such as Matches Fashion or Net-a-Porter or something like that. But for instance, the first brand, Leo et Violette, state very clearly on their website that they are the only one who is selling it, so they don't have any middlemen between. So you can buy them basically from their website, or I think they have a store in Paris, so if you would be visiting. But the other brands that we talked about probably are available also on different platforms in case you got interested. So they might be also included in some promo codes or discounts or whatnot. So that's also something that differentiates. The first brand states that they will never have any sales because they are trying to put the prices as low as possible for the consumer, whereas the other brands, I saw some sales going on their own websites as well. So it is still possible to get maybe a good deal out of these bags if you got interested, even though they were not that expensive to begin with, or were they? Maybe I'm super blindsided by pricing at this moment, that I think that these are good price, but kind of comparing to the hefty prices I've been paying for my most recent bags, I think these are quite good. Have you heard of any of these bags, or is it just me who feel like that there is so much more out there than what is just like discussed in this small bubble that we have here? And I personally enjoy researching new brands, and even though I wouldn't buy anything myself, although doing these type of videos and research is quite dangerous, because I have quite a list of items that I have discovered this way that I am kind of considering, should I go there or not? But all in all, I hope that you also enjoy learning about new brands. Or actually, am I the only one who feels that these are not talked about? Have you heard of them? Do you own any bags from them? I mean, what do you think? Let's definitely continue the conversation down in the comments. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.